What is up, guys? NYKF31 here. Bring you something which I think should be a lot of fun. I hope it is. Something a little bit different. I have been doing a lot of studying of the Seattle Seahawks defense, specifically their pass defense. Prior to this season, as far as great pass defenses in NFL history, great defensive units in NFL history, we have the Steel Curtain of the 70s, the 85 Bears, the 86 Giants, the Baltimore Ravens, the 2002 Tampa Bay Buccaneers, so on and so forth. A lot of great units in the NFL. The Dome Patrol of the New Orleans Saints, a forgotten great defensive unit, in my opinion. The Atlanta Falcons Blitz Grits defense of the 70s, another forgotten unit because their team was just so awful. Do a YouTube search for Blitz Grits, the Atlanta Falcons Blitz Grits defense, and you'll see what I mean. But anyhow, the reigning king of defensive units, at least as far as pass defense goes, is the 2002 Tampa Bay Buccaneers, at least statistically, as far as any statistical metric you want to go, completion percentage, yardage, QB rating, what have you. The 2002 Tampa Bay Buccaneers have reigned supreme. Now, with Seattle's performance in the Super Bowl, shutting down Peyton Manning and that record setting offense, that has been challenged. Their supremacy has been put to the test. Is Pete Carroll's scheme the new standard of NFL pass defense? Well, there's a couple of things that will determine that. Well, one, you have to take into account era. The 2002 Buccaneers, as well as that Baltimore Ravens Super Bowl winning unit, they kind of came along at the right time as the league was starting to transition into a more wide open spread attack, spread passing concepts, and really the spread really dominating all levels of college football and the NFL and the high school ranks. So you got to take that in consideration. When you take in the rules that we're playing under now, that has to be taken under consideration as well. Past defenses have the odds greatly stacked against them. And I think from what I've seen of Seattle, both by scouring the film archives and remembering their Super Bowl performance, was just how physical they were able to play given the rules that are in place. I feel like they play as physical as you possibly can with receivers as the rules allow, and they do it phenomenally well. And what you're going to see, at least in this tape here that I'm going to be looking at and reviewing and breaking down for you guys, is when you have talent and you have them drilled to play in a specific system, you can be very, very basic on defense. Calling defense is very, very simple. There's very little confusion or disguise going on here. They just line up and they execute what they do to a T. Now, bringing the comparison back to the 2002 Tampa 2 Buccaneers, and also that great Baltimore Ravens squad as well, Pete Carroll, tying it all together, is a Monte Kiffin disciple. Monte Kiffin serves as his mentor. Ironically enough, he coached under Monte Kiffin. He learned a lot of his schematics when it comes to fronts and gap control and coverage leverage from Monte Kiffin. He took that defensive system to USC, implemented it there. The difference, obviously, is that Monte Kiffin turned the standard two deep cover two coverage into a cover three with a Tampa 2. Carroll plays out of the cover three as a base, but their concepts are very, very similar, as you'll see, and I'll talk about as I, go on through this video. Now, Saban does something similar with his Liz Rip pattern match out of the 3-4, where he basically pattern matches the seam with the curl flat defenders. The corners and the deep safeties, they have their deep thirds. The backers, they have their hook zones. Now, he basically pattern matches with the curl flat safety and the curl flat backer or dime or nickel back, what have you. And the idea is to make it harder for those seams to get gashed through four verts and through smash, the common zone flooding type of plays like Texas, sail, pole, etc. He's mentioned that he came up with the idea when he was working under Bill Belichick. Why does everything have to come back to freaking Bill Belichick? But when he was serving under Bill Belichick, he started to come up with this system as a way of playing cover three and cover one pretty much all in the same package. Like I want to go back to this clip here. Let's replay that. This, I think, is cover one. And this is really as exotic as the Seahawks get. Sherman is always on the left. This idea of him being this cover corner, always following the number one receiver around, is not the case. He's not Darrelle Revis. He's not Patrick Peterson. He's more like Rod Woodson. He's excellent at what he does, but I think his reputation as a cover guy, pure cover guy, is a little bit overblown. Brandon Browner, he's the one playing press more often than not. This looks like straight man here. They come out in two deep. This is a run play before. Out of an over front, it looked like. They actually come out showing two deep here. It's not going to stay that way for very long. Earl Thomas drops down to Rob. Cam Chancellor is going deep, and this is straight man-to-man. Nothing. Straight four-man rush. So there look like a delayed blitz there, perhaps? Let's see how many guys are coming there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 50, he recognizes the back is not coming out, so he tries to join the rush. And it's press all the way around. Look at Brandon Browner manhandle Reggie Wayne. Really physical. Really physical there. Eight in the box. This time Sherman is showing press. Is he going to bail or is this man? Run. Four, three over. Cam Chancellor's in the box. I really underestimated how good Cam Chancellor is and how versatile he is. That's the thing that really caught me by surprise when I was talking about Super Bowl and analyzing that matchup. Chancellor, in my opinion, after watching all of this, I've watched several games, is really the engine that makes this thing go. Because he can play at the line of scrimmage and they can run their base 4-3 package out of the nickel with him playing either weak or strong side backer. You see Sherman here. Watch how they align. Brandon Browner is pressed up here. He's showing bail now. Sherman is always on this side, always on the left for the bottom of your screen. He's playing with cushion more often than not. Slot corner here. You see Chancellor showing here he's going to be coming. Again, single high. It's going to be single high over and over and over again. Yep, Chancellor's coming. As long as a slot corner. That's kind of brought some pressure. You can't live off a four-man pass rush alone. Looks like there's only one down lineman. There's two down linemen here. Again, no surprises here, no disguise. This time Sherman is lined up in press. This is a 4-3 over, it looks like. Chancellor is your deep safety this time. Brandon Browner is playing the This is like how Rex employs Revis and Cromartie back when he had them, where Revis would just be on an island and he would combo coverage around Cromartie. It's kind of the same idea because Sherman's going to have the third by himself all the time. Still single high. Bringing four. Luck has a scramble. No, it's a dump off. I thought that was a scramble initially. It was kind of hard to tell if it was man or a zone. Nope, this is zone. Straight drop back. Straight drop back by the linebackers there. Chancellor allows them so much versatility. Chancellor and Earl Thomas allows them so much versatility. They're in a three wide receiver set and they're in their base package. Sherman showing press all the way. Browner bails. Looks like a combo coverage with Sherman on an island and Browner in zone on that side of the field. Looks like Sherman had man coverage. Again, that's a Rex Ryan type of play where he would have Revis on the island on the third on the side of the field and everyone else is in zone. Yeah, he's got his guy man for man all the way. That was definitely a combo coverage with Sherman in man coverage and the rest of the defense in zone. Base pass rush. Good push. When you can rush and cause disruption with four, it just makes life so much easier. Single high again. Empty backfield, good to bring pressure. A little bit of a swing screen. Again, base personnel. This is an over. Wide nine. He flexes out. Surprise, surprise. Single high. Four wide, and they're again in their base personnel. That's vintage Monte Kiffin right there. And they can do this because they're so athletic on the outside with their safeties and with their outside backers. Three-man rush that time. I think that looked like a three-man rush. Poor Reggie Wayne. He had a rough one. Three-man rush. They had the elephant backer dropping back. Looks like he was the elephant here. Yeah, he drops back, peels back. That's straight cover three. They don't disguise their intentions. They say, here's what we're going to do, and we're just better than you at it. Nothing here. Press look all the way. Brenner shows press bails. A little bubble screen there. Earl Thomas just wrapping up. This is an over front. They're in over or under the vast majority of the time. I don't see them stacked very much. Again, over. Dropping down. That's a man all the way, it looks like. Sherman's always going to have that deep sideline or deep third on that sideline. It's all about controlling your gap. Straight up on the center in the zero technique. Got this gap here, B gap, B gap, C gap, C gap. This big guy's got that A gap. And Wagner just comes in clean, no one on him. Averill, Bennett, Mabane, McDaniel, they do a good job. Oh, a buster there. What happened here? TY, goodbye. Gave someone a roasting. Let's take a look, see what happened there. Let's go back there. Who got schooled? Browner showing press. Just straight cover three. Very interesting how they go cover three press on one side of the field and Sherman bailing. Looks like a delayed blitz. Sherman got lost. That's on Sherman as opposed to Earl. Or maybe not. Let me go back. Again, Sherman's always going to have that deep third on the sideline. And you see, that's that sail, the corner route and the streak. So basically, it's both their fault. If we look at it here, you gotta look at these things 2 or 3 times in order to get a feel. Here's the conflict right there. Late to find that seam. Sherman was kind of playing over the top of this flag. Let's go back a little bit. This is straight cover three. Slot seam. You know the rules. You got to find that seam, Earl Thomas. And Sherman is caught here. And Earl does not get on top of TY enough. Now, TY can book. And he just splits that seam, and Luck delivers the strike. I really like Andrew Luck. He's got a lot of Aaron Rodgers in him. Got a lot of Aaron Rodgers. Here's from the other angle. How many did they bring on the rush? 5-man rush. Straight zone. Just got busted. Sherman was caught 2-on-1, and Earl was late getting over and identifying the seam. And you see them both arguing with each other. I initially thought it was Sherman's fault, and I looked at it again and saw it was Earl's. and they were saying the same thing. Hey, you got him. No, you got him. None of us have him. Touchdown. Going back to that last clip where you saw two of the best players, arguably at their positions, Sherman and Earl Thomas, bust the coverage. And when I look at that, you know, how many times do we hear nonsense out of these in the virtual world from the yakety yaks when discussing Madden? Talk about, oh, well, NFL players, they don't miss assignments, they don't blow signals. Yes, they do. They miss players miss calls. Guys get assignments wrong. It happens. offensive coordinators are not dummies, and neither are DCs. They paid a lot. They get paid a lot of money to make the opposing units look foolish. What we got here? Little play action pass. What kind of front was that? It looked like one of the defensive ends, Clemens, it looked like kind of flexed in, or flexed out rather. What we got here? Bruce Irvin gets a sack. And you see 91 is Clemens, or is that what's his name? Ben. I think that's Clemens. On your right, this is basically a 3-4 look out of 4-3 personnel. Again, versatility. You see Bruce Irvin here. He puts his hand on the dirt to kind of tip off that he's rushing, and the defensive end on the right, he's kind of in that jack linebacker, elephant linebacker role. This is a hybrid front, basically giving a 3-4 look at a 4-3 personnel. Do they roll Chancellor into the box here? No. Play action. 5-man rush. I think it's a 5-man rush. How many people rush, or did Clemens drop back? Yeah, 5-man rush. You see Clemens dropping back, bracketing Wayne. It's a little bit of a hybrid look there. Versatility. They're in that look again, it looks like. Nope, this is straight single high. Straight 3 deep. You see Chancellor here in the slot. This is a nickel, it looks like. Sherman with a little bit of cushion. Browner. Earl Thomas in the middle. Slot. Corner. And you see as they squeeze down here on these hooks, it becomes man-to-man coverage on the outside. Earl Thomas has to find the seam and look to give help. Now, the way Nick Saban's cover 3 pattern match would work is, let's say one of these guys or both of them break and continue down the seams. Chancellor and or the nickelback would need to pick him up and extend his drop to account for that, and Earl would be responsible for picking him up and carrying him down the field, down the seam. But here, the tight end and the slot break off, so they squeeze down, and you have man-to-man on the outside. Again, forcing the throws to the outside and protecting the deep middle. It's Tampa 2 principles, but out of a single high 3 deep look. But the same theory. Protect the deep middle, force the ball wide where you have the contest by the corners and also the sideline as the extra defender. You see them both, leveraging the sidelines there, and they get bailed out by a pass interference penalty. Dicey call there. A little bit of a nickel sub package here, bringing 5 in a long yardage situation. Force the ball wide. It's a much tougher throw for the QB to make. And here's that flex hybrid front again, it looks like. Again, same look, showing press across the board, single high safety, over and over and over again. The Seahawks are not sim. They keep on playing the same coverage, I had the same look. Stacked box here, both corners showing press. A little reverse there. This looks like a straight over. Chancellor in the box. And they kind of catch him in a misdirection there. Yeah, that'll happen. When you're flying upfield, that's a good way to keep guys honest and to get them back reading their keys. Again, same song, different verse. Showing press. Chancellor's coming down to be a glorified outside linebacker here. Stacked look here. Chancellor's versatility again. He allows them to do so much. He can fill virtually any role. He can be Derek Brooks. He can be Troy Polamalu. Doesn't really matter. Play action. Everyone flows pretty well. No one really busts their keys in a 4 yard gain. Again, here's that hybrid look. Defensive end standing up. Chancellor in the box. So they can bring in, they don't really need to go dime. I mean, Chancellor can do so much. They can run their 4-4 base stuff out of nickel. See, outside linebacker flexed out to cover Fleener here. So the outside backer is basically serving as a nickel back. And this is basically a 4-3 stack with Chancellor playing the will. Look how fast Wagner diagnoses pass here. He's not fooled at all. Very, very well schooled team. Again, robber, single high, press. And is this going to be man or is it going to be zone? This is a under front. See the wide 9 there and the 5 technique here. 1 technique, 3 technique. Chancellor rolls into the box again. Where are you going to run? He's got to command that double team. He's going to scrape down to keep the Will and the Mike clean. A gap, B, B, A, B, C gap, D, D slash C. He's got outside contain. Chancellor's going to come down for added support. Sometimes it's all about just whipping your man, plugging your gap, not being moved, like right here. This play's done right here. Boy, Cam Chancellor can play strong safety for me any day. Too high. Out of all this footage, we finally see too high. And this is straight 2-man under. The Madden defensive champions. So finally, we see some 2-man under. Just a base 2-man under. Nothing fancy there at all. Very vanilla. So you're seeing an abundance of cover 3, cover 1, mainly 4-man with some 5-man rush. This is a robber. Again, they look like they were going to be in 2 deep there. But they don't stay in it. Is it 2-man under again? Nope, now it's a robber. And this is man coverage all the way. And T.Y. Hilton just makes a great effort. T.Y. Hilton really competed on that because that was looking dicey for Luck. Luck gets flushed. Everyone's pressed up. And it's looking kind of bleak right here, doesn't it? Luck keeps the play alive. Ty breaks in. Completion. Ty really competed hard in this game, boy. Great effort. Looks like they're bringing five. Luck is really good. He's a really good player. He's got a lot of Aaron Rodgers in him. Robber. Here comes Cam Chancellor. He's getting another drop. Nothing. Where are you going to run? When you can control the line of scrimmage like this, it makes things a heck of a lot easier. Under front again. Wide 9. 3, 1, 5. A gap, B, contain. Cam giving B gap support here. And they're tough to move. They're really tough to move. Carroll's been doing this for a while. I may have mentioned this before, but USC used to terrorize my Fighting Irish. And this is why you don't play too much two-man under with a guy who can run. Or that will happen to you. But yeah, USC used to show complete and utter disregard for Notre Dame up front. They used to just sit in the base rush, rushing 4, rushing 3, rushing 2. They just had no respect for Tommy Rees or Jimmy Clausen. And it used to frustrate the hell out of me. It was just a straight draw. That'll happen sometimes. The other guys are getting paid too. They catch them going upfield a little bit too much. You see that bubble here. Look at that. That's where they pop it. A little delay. Too deep shell. Are they going to stay in it? Nope. They're going to drop. Robber. Now they're going to be man or zone. Who's dropping down? This time it's Earl Thomas dropping down. And this is man one all the way. And again, you want to create that funnel here. Protect the middle of the field at all costs. Force that ball to the sidelines and wide. If you lose leverage to the inside, that's fine. Like right here, that's okay because you have the robber here to give you help. But you want the ball thrown short and to the sidelines. This is a very tough throw to make. Very tough. It's got to be perfect. And again, Sherman does not switch sides ever. He's always on that left side. He's not following around, Wayne or T.Y. Hilton. He's always on that side. So out of one half of football, you saw two deep, what, maybe twice, 3 times? Again, again, Sherman's always on the left side, and he is showing cushion. Brandon Browner is pressed up. This time they have a nickel defensive back on the field. But we've seen them in plenty of situations against three wide stay in base. The look does not change. Wow, Trent Richardson pops one. It's a rarity. Chancellor again, he's basically playing linebacker here. He's basically playing the will. He's playing strong side this on this play. And they gash him there. Look at Sherman's cushion. This is cover three all the way. And this is textbook, Tampa 2 principles. But it's just based out of a cover three single high look instead of a two deep look with the middle linebacker running through. There's nothing there. You force the ball to be dumped off in front of you. Nothing. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing. Force to go short here, and then you want to converge. Same principle as Kiffin teaches at the Tampa 2. Converge and limit that to a 4 or 5 yard gain. Force the offense to take that all game long. Again, there's Cam again. He's everywhere. That's Kiffin all the way. And that flexed hybrid 3-4 look with 4-3 personnel. Four-man rush again. We haven't seen them bring more than five yet. Not every team in the league can play like this. Most teams, they have to play games up front and trick you. Not them. Not Seattle. Again, look doesn't change. Single high. Bail. That's your tip off that it's some sort of cover three. Right there, just before the snap of the ball. Sherman is pressed. This is three deep all the way. Sherman is in press. Browner is in bail. You're going to see the jam and redirect at the slot right here. Look up top. At the slot. Browner's bailing right now. Jam, redirect. And we got a sack fumble. This is Ripley's pattern match. This is basically Saban, Carroll, and Kiffin all in one play. Four-man rush. You got your pattern match. On the slot seams, the redirect, matched. Matched. He's done. Done. And the deep middle's accounted for. Four-man rush. And they get there, sack, fumble, turnover. That's the trifecta. And we can pretty much end it there. I mean, look at this. This is just everything that you want. That's the coup de grace. That's just perfect. Straight up field. Averill gets the sack fumble. That was Averill, not Clemens. Well, Clemens got the sack. Averill recovered it. So, yeah, this was fun. I liked doing this. Hope you guys enjoyed this. A little bit different. And I can do this for pretty much every team in the league if I wanted to. But this was fun. Studying what they do is very, very interesting. Especially how they use Sherman, Browner, and Chancellor. But hope you guys enjoyed. That's a little bit of the Seattle Seahawks defense broken down and discussed, and comparing it with the Tampa 2 and some of the inspiration behind how Pete Carroll developed this. So hope you guys enjoyed. Talk to you all later. Peace.